On the Wolf, we're live from La Petite Gourmet. Joining me now from the crew team, Rowan Croak and Sutton Row. And I'll tell you what, Rowan, I'll go with you first. You're the senior, obviously the middle of your high school career. You really got bumped by COVID. Being a senior in Boston, what did that mean for you, man?
It was an incredible feeling, just being there at one of the largest regattas in the world. Just all the activity, and like you're standing next to Olympic athletes and world-class athletes, so it's just an amazing feeling just being there. And
here's the thing, it's like you're actually involved with a program that's actually had rowers in the Olympics before, so you kind of knew what you're getting into, didn't you?
Yes. But also at the same time, like, you knew that you were going to the largest regatta, but you didn't know what to expect. It's just, it's a feeling like you're awestruck just being there.
And Sutton, for you, obviously you're only a junior. You got still another year to go. When you found out you were going to Boston, give me an idea what your reaction was like.
I was excited because of all the hype that was going behind it. I just heard a lot of a lot of people there. I know it's like the biggest regatta in the world, most important one in the world, and just like it really got me hyped up. And like while I was there, it was actually really neat because I met people. I heard some people around the world, and it was really cool to just be there with other people.
Who's the biggest name you met there that maybe as far as the rowing community goes?
Biggest name, I didn't really meet anybody there, okay. But after, on the way home, I met the guy who got 10th place in the championship for quads. So one of the guys from that boat.
Rowan, when you're there, give me an idea. It's like, give me an idea of the atmosphere and what was the biggest thing that stood out for you in Boston and rowing ahead of Charles.
Definitely a sense of community. Okay. Like everybody was there because they had a common love of the sport, and it was just like a feeling of excitement. Everybody was rooting for everybody else, just cheering as you went under the bridges. It's a feeling like nothing else. Just being there, like the atmosphere felt so energetic.
When you're racing and you're going down to Charles. Can you see family members? Can you hear anybody, or are you just so involved in the race you're just going up the river?
I did hear Go St. John's a few times, so that's a good feeling. Just hearing like your boat being called out and them cheering you on, but also like just there's a roar of the crowd as you like go under the bridges, them cheering you on.
So Sutton, as far as other than just rowing, what else did you do in Boston, or anything else maybe stood out for you?
I mainly just walked around a lot, but just seeing the boat come down the water and just trying to run after it to just keep cheering them on. That was like the most impactful moment for me while there, because it was hard to keep up with them, and they were rowing the best I've ever seen them row. So they looked like they were struggling and focused as much as they could, and it just looked really good to just watch them and run after them. So
again, when you're looking down the road, we mentioned before about scholarships. Do you guys consider any kind of scholarship for crew? Do you look at that in the future?
There's only a few colleges that really offer scholarships, but there are a lot of colleges around the country that have really large and significant crew programs. Michigan, Notre Dame, even though they're club teams, they compete on a very high level, usually placing within the top 5 for their year.
As the season was going on, Sutton, did you look around and look at this team and kind of figured and thought to yourself that maybe this could happen? And what in particular did Coach Parsons do maybe to get you to this level right now?
Yeah, I really did think that they were going to do really well at the regatta, and especially with the morning practices that he had us do and all the other extra stuff that he had the boat do in general. It really did look like they were going to do the best they ever would do at the Boston, and I know that they can only improve from here. So
the actual river itself, Rowan, what was it like compared again? Because we know the Cuyahoga kind of goes all over the map and whatever. Yeah. Give me an idea what the race course was like.
So going out of the start line, you go right through your first bridge, and you go through a wide bend, and then for the next 1.5 kilometers, mile. It is just straight on. Okay. Just go full-on sprint right there. Then right after that, at the 1.5 mile marker, you start to go into your second turn. at the Weeks Bridge. So it's a really tight bend. You have to set up just right. And then you go through 2 more bridges. Then you go around the final bend into Elliott Street, which is notorious for being a place where there's a lot of crashes, including this weekend. There were actually a couple.
Where you're crashing into other boats?
Crashing into other boats or even the bridge, which did happen in our race. So
Yeah, I saw it
we
happen.
weren't affected by that, but you have to set up every bridge just right going into it. So it's a dance to maneuver the boat correctly and be able to set it up just right. Boss would take the shortest course.
Most important, did anybody have video of your race?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yeah. They were live streaming it, and just like from the one bridge to Anderson Bridge, it was just like it was raw on them for like a solid 10 seconds. So it was just really good video, and there's video later in the race too. Parents were taking video as well. So.
Wow. Good to see both of you guys. When we come back, William Wirtz and Eric Bradley are in the house. You're listening to the St. John's Jesuit Coaches Show on the 107.7